Well, I ended up looking up on Twitter here. I typed in pawn, and there's a lot of names coming out referring to a pawn shop being open.
Yeah, Future being one of them.
Yeah, I don't recall many names or descriptions. Just I know on the boat ride into wherever we were, the boat was leaning left very heavily. The guy that was behind the wheel had a very like a very intense sense of BO around him, like a stench
Okay.
almost. They were arguing a lot amongst themselves. A lot of
Probably
bickering,
forehead. He's pretty fat.
yelling at us. There was like a little kid on the boat too, like a little squeaker. I don't know who that might have been. I mean, the shape of a kid. I don't know.
Might have been Tyler.
The shape of a kid?
Yeah, it was a very small individual. He had his gunpoint while they were.
Did he have a backpack?
I don't recall.
Did they state anything while you? Any reason as to why?
Well, I assume it was because we walked into the pawn shop and it was just completely filled with.
In the chief's office.
I only assume our firearms. I don't know what Frost's plan was. I told him I'd accompany him because I hadn't seen him all day just to catch up while I did my paperwork before I went 42, and then we ended up. He said, "Come on, hop out." Yeah, I went inside. I saw just like a sea of guns. Is when I took my phone out, tried to take a picture quick before anyone noticed, and that's when the guns were pulled on us. A guy that came from behind the shelves. That's kind of all that happened there. They ended up going through our pockets, took our bullshit, phones, cameras, weapon, taser, everything. I just found out everything was taken off me.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
So, if I piece this together, right?
Yeah.
They kidnap you and they kidnap Frost, right? After they have done that, they go and they dump you guys.
Yeah, we moved in 2 different cars. They split us up.
Yeah, they split you up, all everything. Mm-hmm. I get a phone call from a Peter Johnson that says, I have a cop SIM card that we stole. He says, I'm going to throw it in the dumpster. You can come get it back.
Right.
I then call Turner, and then we all go over there and we go get the SIM card. We check for DNA, no DNA, right? But hearing the fact from Octo's statement, we need to get Frost's statement, that there was a bunch of guns inside this this building, and that a member of the Besties or a hang-around or whatever, right?
I faintly remember Frost had like a hard time opening the door. He kind of barged through. I was like, it wasn't like closed, but it had like a bit of resistance to the door. And now thinking about it, it might be the guy that ended up pulling the gun on us might have been behind that door. I don't know. I didn't really notice. Which is why I probably hadn't seen him either when I walked in the first time.
Were you gonna say something, Chief?
No, go for it.
Thing one, we need to immediately subpoena Peter Johnson's phone records based off of this.
Jimbo?
Then we need to put in a search warrant for that pawn shop. We need to find out who owns that pawn shop.
You should subpoena Frost's phone too. He was on the phone actively while he was next to me prior to us going there.
Who was he on the phone with?
I don't recall. It might be one of the guys because I remember a conversation was had about a phone call. I don't know as to what that entails, but I think it's been on his phone might show what that could have been prior to the incident.
Like the for the phone number. That's gonna be...
that's on Frost. I mean, you have his chip now too. Maybe you can.
It's an officer's phone number. We know the phone number. If he thinks there's a bunch of guns inside that fucking pawn shop, you guys went inside of it. I mean, what do you guys think?
If you're willing to put a sworn statement on there.
I mean, the fact that we were there, I doubt there'll be much left in my imagination, right? I mean, there's been times when we locked down properties, cops present, and there's still nothing inside because we assume that they cleared it out.
Well, once they dumped you guys, they might have just immediately gone back and
Wait, so Forehead doesn't own that anymore?
I don't know.
I rated it once and he owned it. Let me look.
What's the address there again?
Let me see.
This is Palomino and Calais.
There it is.
And
Carson Avenue 50. We're talking about the locksmith building, right?
Yeah, it's across that barber shop right there at the little station. Car wash as well.
So properties.
Yeah.
Future. Who else was on? Future was doing the. Who else was doing the pawn shit? Future.
Kareem Abdul Janox owns it. So, I mean, instead of acting on it immediately, let's get eyes on it. Let's work with TRT and / or the detective units, and let's get eyes on it.
Who's the quote unquote lead detective? Do we have one?
Aaron. Aaron and Masters.
Are either of them on duty?
I believe
Didn't work.
Masters is in a court case.
Here's the thing: they're gonna be a lot better than me on this fucking paperwork, like subpoenas and search warrants, stuff like that. So I'll work with them as much as I can, because I'd like. Here's the thing: we can get eyes on it. If we get a subpoena for his phone records and we seal it, I mean, we're delayed.
I mean, the good thing is
No.
that window of time you're creating now might give Frost time to recover and, you know, come out of ICU as well.
Yeah.
It'll help out tremendously too.
Okay, let's see if we can find some people who will sit on this place for a bit. Try to keep eyes on it. Let's see if we can find it. You know, moving right now might. We believe that things are moved, so we couldn't get a search warrant signed in good faith.
Yeah.
Let's get eyes on it, see what we have there, and see if we can put together a case.
Yeah. I'll get my statement in here too, just so.
Maybe get plates of cars that were there, and then because there were a bunch of cars when we arrived. I remember stepping out of them and then like moving around some of the vehicles that were parked next to the locksmith.
You have records of those plates?
I do not know, but they might still be there. I don't know.
All right.
Did Peter call you from Arnold's phone?
No, he called me from his phone number.
How do you know him? Like you know
I've known him for.
Okay.
I've known him for a long fucking time.
What happened? I do your best to recount that conversation in its entirety in your report, just so we can understand. But can you relay what transpired?
You check.
What was exchanged?
I'm sitting there eating a big fat fucking chicken wing, and
Accurate.
I get a phone call that says, "Hey, I got a phone call for some cop that we took earlier. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, of
Jesus.
course."
So pausing. I didn't get to check Arnold because of how severely injured he was. If he's missing any PD equipment, Octo, are you missing actual PD equipment?
Yeah, I was missing my firearm, my taser, my camera, my phone. I had taken apart the phone and take out the SIM card prior to them taking it. I'm missing my armor plates, just various things that could be useful to a criminal, I imagine. Mhm.
This guy's playing the part that he's obviously part of or knows of this situation. Peter Johnson was ejected out of his car by Peach accidentally. When Jay Hobbs and Risa, we believe it was Risa, the similar, hair color, whatever. But absolutely, Jay Hobbs absolutely was Peter because they were like, "You killed Peter, you killed Peter." Ran and grabbed him. We helped him with medical, and then they took off and they were on their way. They were speeding northbound on Elgin when we were going towards the PD on Vespucci. And they were going pretty fast. I don't know where they were headed, but we happened to clip them and they went flying, so we had to go back and check on them. So how did he get that SIM card when he's coming from the south when they were all the way up at Chumash? Like within 10 minutes? Maybe
He is members of Besties. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he took it on scene and then didn't go. You know what I mean?
I mean, we were in a
We're
BCSO
speculating.
BCSO Coquette. That's the vehicle we took initially to get there, and they transported me in that vehicle with one of them driving, and Frost put into a separate car. I remember when we got to the civilian docks, we kind of got pulled out of the vehicles and put up to the boat, and they had took off with the vehicle.
You were in. There's no way. You guys were in Jack Voss's stolen fucking cruiser. He called me about it, but the problem is, I think it was a shared or no, I don't know. Why did it have a BCSO livery? I don't know.
I don't know.
He
It's
said
like
it was
the number
stolen,
on the
but
roof
this
was
was-
blacked out.
We were already responding to you guys.
I went through all the dash cams, to my knowledge. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary on them.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they took the car.
If they had
or
a
what
dash
happened
cam,
to it.
even, I don't know.
A good way to know which car it was. There's still stuff in the lockbox. It's like a bunch of evidence in the lockbox.
Wait,
Nice.
is it in the car?
Lockbox, sorry.
Wait, did we get the car recovered?
What car?
The car that they were
the
transported
Coquette.
in. The Coquette. The
I have
VCS.
no idea. No,
Yeah, I'm
not
trying
that
to
I
look
know.
for it too. I asked one of the pilots to look
He
for
might
it.
have
Can
jumped
you all
in the
step to the
water.
sides? I'm gonna drop down the projector here to
Fun.
see.
Jack said that his Coquette was stolen. Or his car. I think it's a Coquette. Tell me you don't care. Listen, if somebody died in that car, I'm going to take it apart and find out what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you just bought it.
I think Frost is pulled out of one of the garages outside. I doubt it was
Okay.
Jack's vehicle.
Okay. Okay. Cancel. Disregard everything I just said. Gotta go.
I mean, if we do find it, lockbox will have the stuff in there still. Sure, it'll come up at some point.